Hello, everybody. This is Bob Mackey again for Retronauts Lunch Break. And who do I have with me?
Jose Otero. What's going on, Bob?
Not a lot. I brought Jose along because we both hate Zelda so friggin'
right.
much.
The hate train.
And we're going to show you how much we hate it by loving Link to the Past.
Yes. And there's a lot to love in Link to the Past.
Yes. So if you missed our first two, how dare you? But we have been streaming every Friday, playing a little bit more of Link to the Past. And we are now in the second real dungeon of the game. And if you missed the previous dungeons, just check out our site. We've got archives of all the videos we've done so far. And did I say tweet in at Retronauts on Twitter if you have questions or comments? Have I said that yet?
No, you haven't, but
okay,
they should.
But I just said it, so there.
Yeah, and Bob, Marty said, don't forget to hit record.
Marty, I'm way ahead of you, but thank you for the advice.
Mm-hmm.
I did hit record, which means this video will get to you at home faster.
So you just found the second magic bottle?
Yes.
Okay.
The thing is, we've been doing mostly like a really straightforward playthrough, no side items, so we didn't get any extra heart containers yet. But I think we're going to stick to that strategy because, I don't know, it's a little faster, a little speedier. Maybe we'll devote one update to, you know, getting extra heart containers, getting extra things here and there.
Yeah, it's sort of the secrets, the out-of-the-way stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So where are you headed now? For anyone tuning in,
I'm going to the desert to beat the second dungeon, and I want to get the bug catching net before I do that because I could put fairies in my bottle, and that'd be really awesome because
comes in handy, especially with the little bit of lag that we deal with on the recording equipment.
Yes.
Wake up! Oh yeah, that's right.
Thank you. That's all you need to do to get the bug catching net.
Thank you. I'll bring it back.
So, Jose, do we have any questions or comments coming in on Twitter?
Not yet.
You people need to tweet.
Yeah, tweet come at us with questions.
Yes.
Oh, wait, did you talk to the lady who's a traitor? Or
lady who's a traitor?
Yeah, the one who snitches you out.
Oh,
straight up here.
Jeremy did.
Okay.
Yeah. I do have to go down. In order to open up the desert dungeon, we need to get a book from the library.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you have to knock it off the shelf, correct?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do now.
Okay.
A fun little puzzle. No tutorial needed.
Oh, man.
There's a book
wait. Something's going to come out of your sword any second and tell you. Press, what do you press to run?
There's a 500% chance if you hit the A button, I will not think you're stupid. And let's do that now. So we have the Book of Medora, and it'll help Link learn how to read. Because he's kind of illiterate, at least in the ancient Hylian languages.
Mm-hmm. It kind of surprises me to go back to a Zelda where you didn't have a sidekick who was telling you what to do. I mean, that's...
the most advice you ever get is like be after finishing a dungeon or within the dungeons, like Sas Harala or whatever his name is. He will talk to you if you want him to.
Sas Harala, that is an original way to say his name.
Sas Harala, I think that's how you say his name.
Yeah. I don't know. There's so many names that I didn't know how to say.
I mean, if you're a kid, you just see a bunch of syllables. You're like
Sabashashuba.
Sabadaba.
Yep.
So yeah, we're gonna go down to the desert and smack some dudes around, maybe get some hearts.
So we've got a question. This one from Dante Grazioli. Hey, if I mess up your name, I'm really sorry, by the way.
I do it all the time.
Yeah. So do you guys think the next console Zelda will go more back to its roots like this
or God.
Ever?
I hope so, but I don't think it will. I think like that game is no longer for the audience it was once for.
Yeah.
And I wrote a really big editorial on the subject if you want to read it. It should be on the front page now, but it's called How 5 Ways Skyward Sword Went Wrong. It's my opinion. You're welcome to disagree, but for me, it feels like Nintendo's taking the wrong approach with their Zelda games, which is not something that I would like to see from them. I think they're capable of much better, efforts.
Yeah, and a lot of that has to do with the audience that they're going for, but I think that there has to be a way to kind of strike a balance to fit both. I mean, like this past Zelda, Skyward Sword, one of the smartest things they did in that game was through the UI, right? When we first saw that game at E3 and we saw the big Wii mode on screen, I was just like, I don't need that. I've played enough Zeldas to know what I'm doing, and I know what a controller layout is like. Yeah. Most of the games I play don't have that. So having the option to turn that off is at least a sign to me that there's hope. But unfortunately, the rest of the game didn't agree with that sentiment.
Yeah, and my main argument is, not to devote all this to Skyward Sword, is that when I was like 10 or 11, I plowed through this game and I loved it. I didn't get stuck because it's a very well-designed game. Mm-hmm. And when I did get stuck, I didn't like return the game or get mad or badmouth Nintendo. I'm like, I'm going to sink into this game and figure out for myself how to get past this part. And I don't think kids have gotten stupider. I think maybe Nintendo is underestimating the intelligence of their audience because, like I said,
well, if anything, they're savvier now.
Yeah, that's. I mean, we have the internet now. If you're stuck in Skyward Sword or any Zelda, just type into Google.
Yeah, it's true.
You're there in a second. So yeah,
there's dozens of ways of getting information versus when we grew up and there were like what, hint lines and stuff.
There was the kid on the playground that would lie to you.
Yes. Oh my God, him like those villagers in Castlevania.
Yes, like my uncle who works at Nintendo says, do this. Any other questions or comments?
Okay, yeah, sure. So you're getting some thank yous for the Skyward Sword tutorial just
thanks.
to end that conversation. But you know, I think people are hearing you.
I appreciate it. If you disagree, please give me feedback. Tell me why. I'm interested in knowing.
Yeah. Rational feedback.
Yes.
Rational.
Don't tell me
feedback.
I'm a hipster. Don't tell me.
Design Zombie says, "Why no love for Link's Awakening? It's my favorite 2D Zelda, but it also seems to get overlooked." It does, and it's interesting because if anything, you hear Miyamoto say a lot that that's probably one of the Zeldas where they tried to be the most creative.
I love Link's Awakening. It's probably
it is a really good
my
Zelda.
second favorite 2D Zelda. This would be my first, but it's an amazing Zelda game, and I think it might not get respected because of its platform. But I played it a lot when I was a kid because Game Boy games were much cheaper than console games, so I took advantage of that. So we can't read this now; it's just a bunch of gibberish. But Link is now hooked on phonics, so we're going to see how that affects him.
And it works for him.
Yeah.
Design Zombie, we definitely love Link's Awakening around here. So I think it gets a love. It just maybe gets missed sometimes, which is a shame.
I'd like to see a remake of that. Maybe a nicer 2D remake, or I don't know.
Okay. Let's see. Other questions.
Yeah,
okay. Man. See, so there's some Skyward Sword stuff.
We're going to talk about Skyward Sword the entire time.
All right,
That's
so
cool.
Link to the here's one more from Mike Wagner. Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask. All of them make me feel like a hero on an adventure. Skyward Sword makes me feel like a kid at a PG movie.
That's a nice analogy.
Yeah, definitely.
They really leave a lot of this to you as the player in this game. I mean, if this was I don't know how unfair I'm being, but maybe in Skyward Sword, as soon as you walk in the dungeon, Fi would jump out, tell you 5 things. As soon as you meet these guys, she'd jump out, tell you something about them. In this case, it's all up to you, and I think we are intelligent and smart enough to handle this. It's like you have a sword, you hit things with it. If that doesn't work, try option B. I mean, we have brains. We know how,
So at Retronauts, Jake S. Design wants to know, what was the last game you played where getting lost was a mechanic in the way it was in Zelda or Metroid? Probably Dark Souls.
Yeah, Dark Souls. I've been playing a lot of that lately, and just like
we wrote about that also on the site this week.
Getting lost in that game is just like the key to finding new areas, and I can list maybe 6 examples of how that's happened.
It's probably, at least what I learned from what we wrote about too, it's the way to not sort of get stuck as well. Like if you hit a really hard brick wall, the thing to do is just leave. Go see what other areas maybe you didn't visit, and
there's
maybe
usually always at least 3 places you still need to go to.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yes, please tweet in your questions or comments to @Retronauts on Twitter, and we'll get back to you.
So Bacon and Game says, you guys ever play that ROM hack, The Legend of Zelda Dark Prophecy? I'm a huge Link to the Past fan, but haven't played the hack yet.
I have not, Jose.
No, I have not either. I didn't even know about it, so that'll give me something to do when we finish.
I think I've heard of that one. A large problem with a lot of the ROM hacks is that they're too hard and not smartly designed in the way that Link to the Past is. Although it's hard to make a game this intelligently designed, not in the God made this game sort of way.
Yep.
Although Miyamoto is a god among men, we can at least say that. So yes, we are wandering around looking for clues and secrets and treasures, and trust me, I know my way around this dungeon. Oh my god! So.
Okay, so we're still waiting on a few more questions. Please tweet questions to @Retronauts, and talk about Link to the Past. We don't want to talk about Skyward Sword.
Yeah.
That's over.
I've moved on with that part of my life. And in case you people are wondering, I always get questions. If you want to watch these videos later, go to youtube.com/the1UpNetwork. I also put up a news story every Saturday.
The week in review.
Yeah, every video we've done that week, and it will also tell you what's coming up next week. And Jose, what is coming up next week?
Next week is Resident Evil.
That's right.
Week, and that kind of ties into Resident Evil's release. Resident Evil Revelations is released on Tuesday, and so we're playing Resident Evil 1 through 4 Monday to Thursday. So if you're the master of unlocking, or someone who just loves
a good Jill sandwich.
Yeah, good Jill sandwiches or other
joke can we use?
I don't know. There's plenty. Like, don't open that door.
Don't open that door.
Yeah. Well, there's plenty to talk about on that, but you're going to hear more about it next week. So.
Yeah, and we're also having a Resident Evil call-in podcast, but I'll put up a post about that soon.
ZBD Nitrayan says the biggest disappointment of Zelda's 25th anniversary, not getting the satellite Legend of Zelda and Link to the Past games on WiiWare.
Oh,
What was your biggest disappointment of the Zelda 25th anniversary?
I gotta say they handled it much better than the
Mario
one.
Oh, God, yeah.
But,
that's right, I said it. Mario.
Jose's from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Right? Brooklyn?
What? No, the Bronx. I'm from the
sorry,
Bronx,
yeah.
so
Different,
I say
different.
it correctly and the rest of you say it wrong.
Yes.
So, I think they handled it really well, too, compared to how Mario was handled, where they barely did anything. What was it, a bunch of ROMs on a CD?
Yeah, and not even, bunch of ROMs.
Yeah, so, no. And you got a ton of Zelda this year. I mean, you got Four Swords Adventures, the Anniversary Edition. You got Skyward Sword. Make of that what you will. You got Link's Awakening on 3DS Virtual Console.
I don't know how much this counts, but you can basically get Majora's Mask for free if you've been saving up your Nintendo points. And
yes,
I
that's
did
right.
That.
Yeah, no, that's right too. Yeah.
150 Nintendo points.
If you didn't buy it already, you had a reason.
Yeah. And odds are you probably got a ton of those banked because, God, the things they offer at the non-high levels of that program are kind of useless. It's like you get your Bowser bookmark or... I don't need to be here right now. I need to get the big key first.
Yes. Okay, so... Dante Grazioli mentions that Goof Troop is quite similar to this. What do you guys think about that game? I didn't play Goof Troop. Did you?
Too much block pushing. My brain can only process so many moves in a block pushing puzzle, and that game shut me down after the first world. But
there was a lot of block
Mikami,
pushing.
one of the
Resident
very
Evil.
first games he directed.
Oh wow!
Goof Troop for the friggin' Super Nintendo.
And there's a lot of block pushing in the first Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least the way I remember it. I've got to play it again to be absolutely sure. It's been a while.
It had some block pushing. But, Goof Troop is, they could have made a dumb idea out of that strange series, but it was pretty inspired for what it was. That was one of the last Capcom Disney games, and yeah.
Yes.
So yes, please tweet in questions, comments to @Retronauts.
Yeah, please, @Retronauts with your comments, questions about Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past.
Or just Zelda in general.
Yeah.
Maybe not Skyward Sword.
Please.
But yeah.
Oh, nice run. Wow.
I've done it before.
No problem. Yeah. Very nice.
Watch me mess it up.
Okay. Yeah. No pressure.
Oh, I did it.
There it is. All right.
So we're gonna get the big treasure from the stage. Hopefully not die.
Joel Griffiths thought you already had the big key, but you don't, right?
I don't. I just picked it up now.
Okay.
Thanks for the help, anyways. Thanks, but no thanks.
So Mr. Chupon says to @Retronauts, I found the second biggest difference of Skyward Sword versus Link to the Past, the music. Link to the Past music seems to get set much more intense tone. Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, this dungeon theme, which you hear a lot, is pretty intense. I know Skyward Sword has more music, but I didn't really care for the music that much in that game.
Outside of Zelda's, outside of the main theme.
I like the main theme a lot.
Yeah, same.
But the game, I mean, I guess all the later Zelda games are about music in some way, but that game didn't really feel like it to me.
Yeah.
Yay. I got the
He's
power
got
glove.
the power
It's
glove.
So
there was no cross-marketing here, right?
No.
This was years after.
I think they called it that as a cute tongue-in-cheek reference to their failed accessory because it's just too on the nose.
I had one.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
I'm
you had to
sorry.
flick your fingers to try and jump Mario, and I'm just like, what the hell is this? How would I play a game like this?
That sounds crazy.
Rad Racer though, it worked okay because you shifted your arm left and right.
I'm really surprised the technology was capable of that because I never had one. It just seemed like
you had to put this this structure around your TV set. It was the equivalent of the motion the motion bar, the Wii sensor bar, but it wrapped around like an L shape. Remember that?
That's strange. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really weird.
That sounds like the U-Force.
Mm-hmm. Well, in the U-Force, oh yeah, that's right. Oh man.
We are gonna get a heart container, I believe, here.
Okay.
I think there's a heart container down here.
So James McClellan asked, do you think Nintendo will ever release the remade NES Zelda, Legend of Zelda that was on the SNES Japan TV service?
I think that's what one of our other listeners said, and we didn't answer them. I don't think so because no one knows about that in America, and the only way to get that playable, people actually had to hack it because it was tied into a TV show or radio program that you watched as you played.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's any way. I don't think they would put that much effort into bringing that over because I mean they won't even friggin' bring over Yoshi's Island.
If there's one thing I'd like to see done with the first Legend of Zelda, I'd like to see it as a 3D classic. That would be kind of cool on 3DS.
That would be amazing. Yeah.
That would be very cool. Either that game or any 2D Zelda really, but the ones with the top-down view.
Only if
I don't know if Zelda 2 would translate as well in my mind.
Only if they were willing to put work into it, because I don't want to see a half-assed Zelda re-release like the Mario one. I mean, the Mario one just made me sad. Jeremy wrote a really good article about what it should have been.
Yes.
Like, let's treat video games like we treat other media we respect, like movies. Let's have commentaries. Let's have different versions. Let's have, you know, all kinds of fun extras. Let's not just, you know, throw some existing ROM on a disc and call it a day.
Yes. So Arcade Wiz says, to me, Minish Cap feels more like a Link to the Past follow-up than Ocarina of Time. Am I the only one who liked that game?
You know what? I need to give that game another chance because it felt really linear and the barriers felt very artificial to me, wherein, I mean, they're always artificial, but in this game they felt a little more natural.
Well, and that's one of the flagship collaborations with Capcom, right?
Yeah.
That game specific.
And I liked their GBA games a lot. I loved Oracle Seasons. Oracle Age is not as good, but still okay.
Yes.
Let's see if I remember how to do this.
So 2011, LBD 9tran, hopefully I'm getting better at saying his name. 2011 was Metroid's 25th anniversary in Japan, but the next is for North America. Since it's bigger in North America, should NOA celebrate it in 2012?
What do you think?
I'd like to see it. I love Metroid.
How much
I
does
absolutely adore
Japan
Metroid.
care, and also did other kill people's love for Metroid?
Well, I think that's something that Jeremy put out there with an editorial too late last year.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure, but I don't know if Metroid holds the same cachet it used to, at least in America. I feel like at one point
Prime did a lot for the series.
It did.
And I think most people found out about the series through Prime.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Super
anyone who
Metroid
didn't play Super Metroid,
was sort of like a nerdy, obscure game up until a certain point.
Yes.
I think people like Jeremy evangelizing on the internet helped, you know, make people more aware. Not that it was a flop or anything.
No, not at all. I grew up not having played Super Metroid, and that was the one, as a Super Metroid, like a big Metroid fan, someone who even finished 2 on the Game Boy, that was the one thing that I was just like, wow, how did I not play and finish this game? I played Metroid Prime before I played Super Metroid for the first time.
I can't imagine what that would be like.
It was interesting.
But you like Super Metroid, right?
I do.
Okay.
No, I love it. Yeah, I finally got around to finishing that.
That was a test.
Oh, of course. Oh, you're going to kick me off the live stream? Yeah, good luck reading your Twitter questions and playing the game, Bob.
I could try.
You better. You better have another arm under that shirt you're wearing.
Do we have any other questions?
Oh, of course. Looking for him. Hang on, because I'm trying to skip through Skyward Sword talk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
that's
just
fair.
be entertaining for a second.
Hey everybody, it's me, Bob Mackey, and it's my one-man show. It's called oh god, you know what? I exited the dungeon the wrong way.
Whoops.
We're gonna have to read again. That's cool. Reading is fundamental. He's gonna say a little prayer, like Madonna. Did Link just do the sign of the cross?
Did we really answer that last question? I mean, I'd like to see them celebrate Metroid's 25th anniversary. I mean, I think it deserves it.
Yeah, like I just think we're asking if they would even bother.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure they would, and who knows? Maybe they will, and maybe Metroid Dread will also be announced at the same time if that even exists.
Actually, I know where I'm going now. Sorry about that, everybody.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see.
So we got the Power Glove that will give us the ability to lift brighter colored stones. We get a second Power Glove later. Kind of a cheap move by the game, but I'm not going to complain because there's so much other good stuff. I'm not going to mind that they repeated a special item.
Okay, so Dante Grazioli asks, what significant differences do you see from normal Zeldas and cel-shaded Wind Waker in gameplay?
I don't know how to. I'm not sure what that question really means.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that one out too.
Maybe how
significant differences you see from. I guess what he means is by 2D Zeldas. Because I don't know. I don't know if there really are any differences or huge differences because they both feel kind of designed within the same types of ideas, especially Wind Waker.
In the Wind Waker, I don't feel like you had a tutorial buddy as often.
Nope.
And I think a lot of that was because Link was so his design was so simplified that his eyes and his expressions could show you like where you had to go next.
Yeah,
which is a really good move. It's like
straight up look at things.
Yeah.
No, really good move because
that eliminated the need for text to tell you where to go when you have a very expressive character, like looking at where you have to go next or looking at things you might want to check out.
Yes.
And that was the entire point behind it. That's not just me pulling things out of my butt.
Put it back, Bob. Put it back.
I can't go back. So any other questions?
So
please?
the satellite, it seems like there's a couple people really interested in that satellite view Zelda.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go online, you can probably find it, and I don't think anyone's going to care if you download it because it was never commercially available in the United
Mad
States.
Mage says the fans have hacked BS Zelda, and it's And it's worth checking out.
Yeah, it's basically like a Legend of Zelda 1 with kind of Super Nintendo graphics. Not this nice, but still a pretty okay job they did. There's also an Excite bike that they did for that, and that's actually where the game Radical Dreamers was released for that satellite view, which was basically retooled into Chrono Cross.
So Coolio83 says that watching us play the Link to the Past every Friday got him to bring out his old copy again.
Oh, nice.
The Flute Boy storyline always makes me sad as a kid.
Yeah, it is kind of tragic.
He asks what your most memorable storyline in A Link to the Past was.
I like the story of the bully on Death Mountain, who's kicking around that little guy. Because, oops, don't worry, guys, I've got 2 fairies just for this occasion. Sprinkle, sprinkle, you're back to normal.
Okay, so you're saying,
fairy dust.
Okay.
Yeah, the bully on Death Mountain, because this game has a really great ending sequence with a theme that sounds disturbingly like Final Fantasy's main theme, and I'll actually do a blog post about that later in my life if I ever get around to it.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
I don't know. You're running into them.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's up? All right, there we go.
Oh yeah, the bully, because I'm sorry, guys. At the end of the game, you see he's made friends with his little guy. He's kicking around. It's very heartwarming.
Yeah.
My lord.
All right. Well, disappointment.
Yeah, I apologize for my bad playing, but there is an input lag because we're playing this on an HD TV, and yeah, it's hard to avoid that. I really hope that doesn't come into play when I'm fighting the boss.
Yes. So Mr. Chupon also again asks, well, he asked a question earlier. I mean, non-Skyward Sword follow-up. Thank you. Were there any sequence breaks in this game of note? Aside, it's Zero Suit Samus killing Metroid.
What was the question again? I'm sorry.
I didn't get the end part. Were there any sequence breaks in this game of note?
I'm pretty sure you can do the later Dark World Dungeons out of order.
Okay.
And that was one of the...
well, because by the time you get there, you're pretty powered up.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the only way I think... I mean, maybe you could like cheat the system. I'm not sure how that would work, but... yeah. Let's all hope I can do this with this wonky input, but I think I can.
Okay, so James McClellan asks if could a brand new 2D Zelda in the vein of New Super Mario Brothers be a success on consoles?
That would be way cool, and I feel like Four Swords Adventure sort of was that back in 2004.
Sure.
So let's see it again.
Well, you know, the DS games were from a 2D perspective, and those seem to do very well.
But I feel more like a multiplayer focus would be pretty sweet for Zelda, and I think they could easily do the Four Swords thing again.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they haven't.
Sure. Well, especially now that, you know, these things, like their handhelds come with built-in Wi-Fi, and yeah, no, I totally see where you come from.
Yeah, DS Wii link-ups have not been used ever, really. I mean, you can download things to your DS, but that's about it.
You still have a fairy, right? You're not going to
no, I don't have a fairy.
Oh,
I'm
God.
flying by the seat of my pants here.
Okay.
Which is why I'm being extra cautious.
Okay, so if you're at home right now, cross your fingers and wish Bob luck.
Pray to the god of your choice that I don't mess this up, because we will have to go back about 10 minutes. Jeez. Yeah, input lag. You know I hate it.
Oh, man. LBD 9tran pointed out that you should have stayed in the door and the tiles won't have reached you.
Oh, thanks a lot, dude.
Yeah, I'm a little late with that one. The refresh on this thing is taking forever. So
that's okay. I think I can handle it.
Twinkle Creep thought you can block those tiles with your shield, and I was thinking the same thing, but I don't.
What?
Yeah, I think they hit you.
She's wrong.
Okay.
Because you need a bigger shield.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that default shield feels kind of small. Oh man.
You backseat gamers.
Whoa. The sound that you get when you hit a boss. Whoa.
I love it. They all make the same sound.
Boom. Yes.
I'll do it. My hands are all sweaty. I do feel like a child again. Oh, you son of a gun.
So Arcade Wiz asked, "Do you guys feel like a 3D Zelda could ever have the fast pace of a 2D Zelda game?"
I don't see why not, but I mean...
He thinks camera and motion controls make it hard. He added that at the end.
Yeah, I got
but
one
I don't know. As far as pacing goes, I mean, do you mean like how quickly you'll get a sword or be in a dungeon?
I think he might mean moving.
Yeah.
Wise.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
If I die,
we
are
can
going to finish this today, come hell or high water.
All right, you heard it here. Bob Mackey's in for the long haul.
Two
down.
No one must talk to me or disturb me.
Okay, I can't talk to Bob now, so...
Please answer the questions yourself,
I'll talk to myself. Okay, so how are you, Jose?
We can do this. Oh, my God, people, help me. Pray for me.
Oh, man, pray for Bob Mackey.
Look at these 8-way rocks. You You son of a gun. I'll get you.
8-way rocks.
Okay, we're going to be... You can feel free to answer questions, Jose.
There's none coming in because everyone
Okay.
is too busy watching with their jaw agape right now,
They should
hoping
be.
to God that you are going to survive and
I'm
not.
so nervous.
Yeah, that's all right. Let it all out.
Yes! We got it.
Yes!
Awesome.
Victory!
I feel like I've accomplished something
Mhm.
today.
Yeah, and you're going to get all your... Oh, what?
Thanks
They
a
don't
lot.
fill all of your hearts?
Maybe they will after this.
Hmm.
Yeah, this Zelda is hard.
Yeah, I feel like in the new one, or in the last one, if you picked up a heart container, didn't it fill all your hearts out?
It should.
I want to say it would have.
Yeah.
You've got the pendant of power.
Go up. There we go.
Now you're playing with power, Bob.
Sweet.
Now you really are.
So, guys, that's it for today. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for saying prayers for me. I have a feeling I was helped by spiritual intervention today.
Yes.
But like I said, every weekday we're going to go back to noon PST starting this coming Monday. We're going to do Resident Evil games, and if you missed anything this week, either go to youtube.com/the1UpNetwork or check out the news post I'll be putting up on Saturday, which will have all the videos we recorded for this week. But until then, thank you very much, Jose, for joining me today.
Thank you, Bob.
And
Zelda haters unite.
Yeah, hey,
Yeah.
wait.
No, Skyward
not
Sword.
all Zelda.
Yeah, not all of
only
Zelda.
a few.
Yes.
Okay, guys, we will see you next time, and have a good weekend.
Bye-bye.